Hi guys, finally making your clean home, green home video. As a family, we've always been kind of eco-friendly, but not actively so. We'll recycle our bottles, but we won't necessarily go out of our way to buy something with less packaging. Um, and we started kind of making better changes when the kids were born. When the kids were born, more highly motivated, less money, less time, and that certainly changed a lot in our lives. My first goal personally was to make less trash and to have more recyclables than we had trash. At the time, we lived in the country and we paid for trash pickup, and you can only have so many trash cans. You can have as many recyclables as you want, but you can only have so many trash cans. And so that I kind of was like, well, pay less if we have less cans. And so that was one of my first goals, was to save money. And I think a lot of people are kind of in that boat at this point in time. My second big goal was less plastic and less paper. And that's kind of where the idea of our towels and napkins came through. You go through a million paper towels in kids' lunches and dinners, and they get dirty. You do art stuff, they get messy. And being able to hand them a napkin and just wash it and reuse it over and over and over again saves a lot of money in the long run. If you've bought paper towels lately, they are very expensive. Obviously, we still use toilet paper, and I still occasionally use paper towels. Anything with grease or anything chemical that could be dangerous to the kids that might not wash out of our fabric, I will use paper towels for that. You can use these. You can. I like to keep my cleaning towels separate from everything that touches the kids. You could use these and wash your dishes with them instead of using sponges. You can absolutely use these to do that as well. And I kind of figured out quickly how dynamic using fabric can be versus just using paper products that I throw away and I throw away and I throw away and I throw away because they're not recyclable. You can't recycle paper towels. You can't recycle Kleenex. You can't recycle toilet paper. And having something that I could reuse made a difference in our budget very quickly, very quickly. Some people still use hankies. I sell muslin and linen hankies. I have allergies. So when it's really bad, I still use paper tissues. But I do have a smaller flannel piece that I use just when my nose is itchy instead of like snotty. But a lot of people use handkerchiefs, and I support that. That just doesn't work for me, and that's okay. Um, I do the best I can, and that's kind of the point of changing things piece by piece. Because much like a yo-yo diet, if you change everything all at once, your chances of sticking with it, scientifically speaking, aren't as good as if you make small changes and see success and then implement more and see success and implement more and see success. So now I'm really at the point where we're transitioning to more reusable and sustainable goods. And so for me, my first thought is, can I make that? The sandwich baggies. I hate using sandwich baggies. Yes, you can wash them and reuse them, but it's not as sanitary as just using fresh ones. I had made a version of a vinyl lined sandwich bag and tested it, and it was one of my most spectacular failures. The vinyl that you have to use to make the sandwich bags is A, extremely expensive, and B, does not last very well through washings. And so for me personally, I was really excited about making them and being able to sell them. It didn't work out. And that's okay. I'm still on the lookout for things that I can replace that with. My kids are still very young, and absolutely I'm looking into investing in the silicone bags. But if they accidentally throw them away, it's like $10. It's like $10 a pop. And so again, my budget minded self is like, there have to be more options. And so I continue to look into options for that, because we do use sandwich baggies daily throughout the week for their school lunches. So I'm working on more options for that. The kids love bags of stuff, and so we have fabric pouches for everything, all sizes, and that's why I started selling the bags too. Awesome giant zipper bags, um, because I mean, kids use big bags. We use big bags, uh, and it became a thing. And so that's how I started selling zipper bags. Was I made stuff for the kids to carry on their toys, to store their favorite things, to bring on trips. Um, One of my favorite bags is actually made by 31. They have the big giant bucket bag with handles. And I got two when my first child was born, and I still use them all the time. So to me, even though it was a little expensive for a name brand bag, I still use it all the time. I also make my own and use them as well. These, of course, are extras to be sold. But these are, and I change it too because I like long straps so that you can really stuff this full and you don't have to worry about your straps being stuck under your armpit. So that's how I started making these long strap market bags. As far as greening the rest of your home, people ask me if you're going to make one change, what would it be? And I would have to say it's laundry detergent. And everyone's like, but you don't sell laundry detergent. No, I don't. I don't sell laundry detergent. I don't sell cleaning products. But I do absolutely use all natural of both. The reason why is it's scientifically proven that our nasal receptors are being damaged, and it's actually starting to cause cancer. And it's becoming more and more prevalent because of the chemicals that we use for scent. And every time I see a commercial for the crazy scent that you put in your laundry that lasts for like 3 weeks, I'm like, oh my gosh, cancer. It's my first thought is cancer. Because we aren't meant to have our clothes smell fake nice for 3 to 4 weeks at a time. We're meant to wash them. Kind of a thing, kind of like you're meant to be washed every 2 to 3 days, more if necessary. But those scent products are causing an immense amount of damage to our endocrine system, our nasal receptors, and a whole lot of other stuff. When we talk about hormone imbalance, that's another one. We use a lot of lavender. Lavender causes hormone imbalance, especially in kids. And all these people using lavender stuff on their kids, if they're male, kind of an issue. Again, there's plenty of science behind this. This is just me spouting it out. The second thing that I would change is I would definitely haul off your paper products. Stop using paper plates. Stop using paper towels. Use plates that you wash. We have a dishwasher machine that is more effective than me. And so the dishwasher, even though it uses water, uses less water than I would use to wash an entire load of dishes. And so let the dishwasher do its job. Stop using paper plates. Unless, again, it's something super greasy or it's oil, tar, anything like that. So be conscious. Being conscious of the choices that you make is a huge part of this. And can I make that? Can I make that is another big deal. Can I make that? Can I swap that? Can I share that? I just this morning picked up hangers for the consignment sale from another mom that had too many. Yay. Reuse, reduce, recycle. That's the whole thing behind consignment sales. I sell my kids' clothes and I go buy the next size up. And it's kind of become a semi-annual swap for us. Our local consignment shop has three sales per season, so spring, summer, and then winter. And my dad still kind of balks. He's like, why are you buying used clothes? I'm like, it's not buying used clothes, it's recycling. The kids destroy everything. We're still at that stage. This is why we can't have nice things. The kids destroy everything. And instead of giving money essentially towards China and people who aren't being paid well for their labor. I've decided this year I am going on a quest to learn to make clothes because I've always kind of wanted to. I thought that's really neat. And so I can have something that fits me, which is great because I have a really long torso. I'm tall. So everything kind of fits weird anyway. Now I can have stuff that fits, and that's kind of exciting. It's kind of exciting. And I can make stuff for the kids too. And that saves us money in the long run. Kids can have really cool fabrics that they choose with their favorite characters or whatever. And it's one less thing for me to have to worry about paying somebody overseas who's not being treated well in a factory, again, using chemicals that we don't even know about. They're telling people now that if you're using clothes for a rag rug, that you need to cut them if they're not made with all natural fibers outside in a well ventilated area, which means that the chemicals coming off of these clothes are proven to cause people damage. And there's well-known artists that talk about this as well. And if that's an issue for them, that's an issue for us too. And we need to start being a little more conscious about what we're doing with our clothes, what we're putting on our person, which, the skin is the largest organ in your body, what you're absorbing through your body. The other thing I would have to say is air fresheners and room scenters. My ex had a terrible smell in his apartment because of dampness, of mold. And instead of fixing it, he just would spray stuff. And I'm like, you could have black mold behind this wall and be inhaling this. No, fix the problem, fix the problem. And a lot of times it really is just moisture, and it requires a dehumidifier. And you may need to get a box or two of baking soda. It's like 99 cents. It's a lot cheaper than treatment for black mold, treatment for cancer, and the Febreze sprays. Don't get the wall outlet plugins. That's, again, the nasal receptors, the endocrine issues. Stop. Please stop. Get an all natural candle, please, 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 please. If you want your house to smell nice, get a pot on the stove with some orange slices and some apple cider and some cinnamon sticks. There's a bajillion different natural ways to do it without chemically killing yourself. So I'll step down off my soapbox now. But this was how really I got started on my journey. For all of the things that I make was I found a need. And in finding a need for myself, I found a need that other folks needed as well. So please know that while I'm not paid well, I own the company. And everything that you receive is literally made by me or one of our co-op artists. If you ever have a question about where anything is sourced, please let us know. And if I don't have the information on hand, I will seek it out. A lot of the stuff, like a lot of the yarn that I use is actually hand-dyed by different artisans. A lot of it is spun by different artisans. Some of this fabric came from Joann. Some of it was special ordered. The flannel is 100% cotton. I mean, none of this is treated. Everything is washed by me in the all natural stuff before you get it. And I always offer for people with allergies, because I have allergies, if you need something sanitized, I will sanitize it, stick it in a bag, and mail it to you so that it is absolutely pristine once it hits your doorstep, because I understand how difficult it can be to have allergies in this world. If you have any questions or you have suggestions or changes as well below that have worked for you, please let us know. I'm always into learning new stuff and continuing on my journey to sustainability, being eco-friendly, and saving money. I like that a lot. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.